How's everyone doing? Good. My name's Mariah. I am a performance artist, amongst many other things. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about myself and the relationship of an artist to an audience, specifically pertaining to my personal experiences and what I have discovered to be my deepest passion, which is performing and live art. I'm ready whenever you guys. My name's Mariah McKay, not Mariah McKay. It's not funny. It's not funny. Okay. So as I said, I'm a performance artist. I'm a very creative-minded human, and I've been really fascinated by what exactly that means. And I've always had some form of fine arts expression at my fingertips that I've been really fascinated with. My choice of medium has changed pretty rapidly throughout my lifetime. Painting, drawing, illustration, photography, dance. But the one thing that's permanent is always this intense inner drive I have within to just create something, anything. It's just something I have to do. I was very aware of it. My parents were always very aware of it. They're always very nurturing of it. Every birthday and Christmas present I ever had was a box full of goodies to support those habits, pens, pencils of every color, needles and thread, cameras, lenses, filters. As a child, these things were my playmates and my friends. And as a teenager, they became more of a weapon to combat growing up and discovering who I am and what I wanted to be. I'd use these tools to learn about myself and express myself in ways that maybe words can't do, or in ways that made me comfortable, because I've always been a very shy person. This right now is actually terrifying for me. And by the time I finished my first degree, which is in photography, I went through the whole program, and I still couldn't find the courage within myself to just openly put myself out there in front of people and give them my art and subject myself to the possibility of rejection. So after I finished, I still had a lot of issues with continuing my art and doing what I love. So I kind of took some time, just worked a couple of random jobs to fund some adventures and go find myself and hopefully eliminate that fear and be able to do what I love. Because, as I said, it's a very urgent need within myself. So on those travels, I made a very important friend. That friend is a very simple piece of plastic, circle. Most of you know this thing as a hula hoop. Some of you may have played with them before. I've learned a lot from this friend. I've learned strength, and I've learned patience, I've learned determination, I've learned to accept things as they are, but also to know that I can change things if I work hard enough. This little circle here has taken me so many places and introduced me to so many wonderful people. People who do the same thing, similar things, or maybe people who just enjoy watching somebody do something that makes them happy. And if there's one thing I think this world really needs, it is happy people. So pursuing yourself and what makes you happy and doing whatever you have to do to get to that point where you can continue to do these things is what's most important. This tool has become my most prevalent art form because it was a way for me to not only express myself, but it took me out of my head, which I tend to live very deeply inside of, and brought myself into the realm where everyone else also is, and they could see and experience my expression as I also saw and experienced it. I began teaching and performing and playing with friends, and very shortly after that, I kind of started playing with fire, literally, and that has become my lifeblood. There's nothing in this world like holding such a visceral element in your hand and attempting to manipulate and control it It's always a brand new experience. It's always the biggest adrenaline, fear, happiness, I've ever experienced, and it's always the same. It's always fresh every time. Some of these images are friends of mine, people I've met and performed with, people who have inspired me to keep going when I feel I've hit a wall or just general life things get me down. And what really fascinates me most about this form of art is that you have this obvious connection. A lot of art forms, you don't see the process of how things are created. You just kind of see the end result, and you kind of get to determine yourself how that makes you feel and what it means. With live art, you have this direct connection because you're right in front of one another. So you are experiencing what the artist is doing as well as influencing what that artist is doing. So it's really a give and take. It's about building that connection and holding on to it and keeping yourself entertained, most importantly, but pushing yourself and embracing the nerves and the wild card possibility that something can always go wrong, and using it to continue to just evolve, because you can really be anyone that you want to be or anything that you want to be in any of those moments, and it's always dependent on the reaction and response between the two parties involved, the artist and the viewer. There are times when you realize that things are difficult, but then you also have to realize that us as human beings are amazing creatures. We can do a lot of things with our minds and with our bodies as well. We can contort them in various ridiculous positions. We can train our bodies to hone certain skills that we never thought would be possible. And in the end, it's the most beautiful experience to be able to find that for yourself, but also share it with someone else and possibly inspire them as well. Thank you.